back to my channel. It is smokedalive. Today we're going to be doing this tutorial inspired by David Bowie. So when I looked at David Bowie online, I saw the blue smoky eye, hence the blue smoky eye, and the massive thunderbolt across his face. So I decided to do thunderbolt liner, which I thought was a really fun idea to incorporate who he is and what he represented. So if you like this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so to start out, we're just going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and prime the lids. If you guys are wondering, I do use the shade Fair Beige. Next, we're going to go in with the Kat Von D Divine palette, and we're going to go in with the shade Female Trouble, which is that bright white shade. We're just going to set the concealer with that. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I love setting my concealer and primer with white powder. So we're going to be doing a two-tone look today, so we're going to start with the blue eye, and we're going to go in with the shade Matters. I'm going to take my tried and true MB23 brush by Morphe, and we're just going to start blending this in the crease. That comes out darker than it looks in the pan. Okay, so the Divine palette doesn't have like a dark matte blue, so I'm going to go in with my Morphe MB23, or that's the brush I use. The Morphe 35B palette, as you guys all know, and I'm going to use the shade, I don't know what color this is. We're going to start this over. So since the Kat Von D palette does not have a dark matte blue shade, we're going to go ahead and go in with the Morphe 35B palette and use this blue shade right here. I'm using the MAC 286 brush. We're just going to bring this lower in the crease than we did with that lighter blue transition shade. Okay, so your eyes should look a little something like that. We're going to go ahead and move on to the green side. So the Divine palette does not have a matte green, so we're going to go in with this. I'm afraid it's going to be a little bit too dark, but we're going to go ahead and try it because that's all I have. But this might just work because that blue ended up being darker than I thought it was going to be. So I'm just taking the Morphe G13 with that same color, but I'm just packing it on a little bit more to make it look like we used two different colors like this, even though we didn't. Okay, I think we are good there, and we're going to go in with the shade Baltimore right here for the blue side, and we're going to pack that all over the lid. That is so pigmented. If you guys know me, I love using my finger for metallic shadows because I feel like it works the best, and then I will go in with a brush and blend it out, but I like the initial pack on to be with my finger. So I'm just taking a Morphe brush, and I'm just slowly kind of blending that up into the crease. We're going to go in with that blue shade from the Morphe palette, and we're going to kind of stick that in the crease with this color because it's just going to pack it on a little bit more and blend everything out. Okay, so your eyes should look a little something like this. So now we're going to go in with the shade Pink Flamingos, which is a very weird name for this color. I love Kat Von D shimmer shadows. They're so nice and creamy, so we're just doing the same thing. Packing the shimmer on the lid. Okay, so your eyes should look a little something like this, and now we're going to go ahead and do a liner. I'm just going to use the Kat Von D liner and line my lid all the way across, and then we will go into the Thunderbolt. I did just use the Kat Von D ink liner. You're just going to line your eyes like this. I might want to make it thicker later, but I figured it'd be easier to make it thicker later than have to start completely over because it's too thick. So here we go. So what I'm going to do is we're going to create a normal wing. Just like you would normally do. Like, don't think anything of it. But if you're someone that like really curves out your wing, maybe try to straighten it just a little bit. Okay, so now that we have the initial line, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill it in like a normal wing. And see, now our line just got thicker, which is totally okay. Whew. Okay, so now that that part is done, this is very similar to the eyeliner tutorial I did with the orange. If you want to see something a little bit more in depth, you can go watch that. Okay, just so I don't actually draw myself, just to show you, what we're going to do is we're going to connect a line to that wing. And, you know, just kind of right there, whoop, and just connect it with that liner. From this line, we're literally going straight back. So we're kind of creating a Z in a sense. Okay, so now that you have a little something like this, what we're going to do is we're just going to fill it in. So we're just going to go over and make it as thick as you want, as thin as you want, and that is pretty much it. So you create a normal wing, and then you do the second wing, and then you go straight out. I did say I wanted to challenge my artistry, and let me tell you I just did, because I'm not good enough to do these liners. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and wipe off the excess under the eyes, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to the face and give these eyes a break so I relax a little bit, because I'm not very happy. Okay, so I have gotten some new products that I have been loving for the face, and this one is the Becca Backlighting Priming Filter, and my friend Jennifer got this for me, which was the best present ever, because I've been wanting this so bad, and I love the way it makes your skin look, and it smells like summer. Obsessed. So this is like an oldie but a goodie for me. This is a Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal, and I want to get the lighter one, but I used to do this all the time, but I don't think I ever did it on camera, which was so weird. I actually think I was doing this before I started my YouTube channel. Like, it's been a while. So I used to put this all on the high points of my face before my foundation, just to give me an all over glowy appearance, and I did this the other day again, and I loved it, and I was like, why did I stop doing that again? Like, look at that glow. Holy cow, I am the Tin Man. I did a review on this Hourglass foundation, and you guys know that I thought it was way too dry and cakey for me, but I tried it with these two products, and I loved it. And I did get a new Morphe sponge. I've used this twice and I can't decide. So I will let you know about my thoughts on it once. Whoa, girl. Hold please. I did not really like this sponge at first, and I was like, Jacqueline, you did me wrong. But with this Hourglass foundation, it's bomb. This is the Tarte Shape Tape, which I'm sure you guys could tell by the wand. Just highlighting the face and all the normal places. This works so good with full coverage. That is what it is. I was using light stuff and I hated it. For full coverage, this sponge is bomb. Okay, if I'm just being totally honest with you guys, I am blown away with how good my skin looks right now. I'm just taking the Kat Von D powder, translucent powder, and setting the under eyes. I almost gave up baking because of how dry my skin is, but since using the Becca primer and the Shimmering Skin Perfector, I can bake without it looking too intense. Okay, next I'm going to use the Milk Chocolate Soleil Bronzer in light medium. This and the Hourglass bronzer have been the new bronzers I've been using. This is the M500, oh that tastes good, brush, which I've been bronzing my skin with lately, and I've been really liking how natural it looks. We're going to go in with the Kat Von D Shade and Light Kit, and we're going to use these two shades with the e.l.f. powder brush. Look at that line this gives you. It's gorgeous. Yes. 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 That was easy as pie. We're gonna go in with MAC's Blush Breath of Plum. Alright, so before we do highlighter, we're going to finish off the eyes and then finish the skin. Taking the shade Matters, we're just going to buff this along the lower lash line. We want this lower lash line to be nice and low like we always do. Taking that Morphe Matte Blue, I'm going to start deepening up this lower lash line. I don't like to put shimmers on my lower lash line. Some people do, but I do not. So we're just going to take a little bit of this Morphe shade right here. And we're strictly going to keep this on the outer corner. Moving on to the green side, we're just going to take that matte green shade and do the same thing we did with the blue. We're just going to deepen it up, pretend that we're using another shade like we did. We're going to go ahead and take just a tiny bit of this color on the outer rim, just like we did on the other side with this color. So taking the matte white shade here, it's called Female Trouble. We're just going to pop this right in the inner corner. Okay, so I do want to add some shimmer. So we're going to take the Kat Von D Alchemist palette and we're going to use the green emerald shade on the green side. Then we're going to take the blue sapphire shade on this side. Okay, so we're going to do something I've never done before. This is the Urban Decay Glide On Eye Pencil in Yayo. I thought it was 0. I guess it's Yayo. It's this metallic white, and we're just going to put that in the inner waterline. I always do black, so I wanted to do something different. We're going to apply the Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara. I've been digging at this mascara for the lower lash line. I think it looks so pretty. And adding that white gives such a doll-like appearance to the eyes. We're going to go in with the, oh gosh, this is the Unique Iridescent highlighter. This is really pretty. I'm just not the biggest fan of Unique, but this product is not bad. Okay, so I'm going to apply my Slayer Lashes by Rouge and Rogue, and then we will do the lips. So we're just going to do our typical messy brow, and we're just going to add some color in, nothing crazy. Now, the Thunderbolt is in my eyebrow, so I do need to be careful that I don't mess that up, so be aware of that. Probably be smarter to do your brows first. I just always do mine after when I do the messy brow, so I didn't even think about it for today. For our lips, we're going to use the NYX Suede in the shade. For our lips, we're going to use the NYX Suede lip liner in the shade Sandstorm. Next, we're going to take the shade Divine by Kat Von D. This is the lipstick by itself, but it is so much more warm tone than I personally prefer. So I am going to go in with the NYX Intense Butter Gloss in Cookie Butter. Made it a little bit more taupey, which I prefer. So let's go ahead and set the makeup with Max Fix Plus. I'm going to do my hair and then get ready. Alright guys, this is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you guys next week.